It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are excited to say that we are back with more Arcane. Season 2 has begun. We are watching Season 2, Episode 1, called Heavy is the Crown. Where did we leave off on Arcane, Nate? It's been a little while.
Yeah, I might need a little bit of a... Get me started. Jog my brain here.
Jinx fired a missile at the council.
Oh, God, yes, that's right. And we're assuming they're all dead. Yeah.
I mean, that would be very bold to just kill all those characters between seasons. There was, like, important people in there,
Yeah, I mean, but also, like, this show kind of subverts my expectations quite a bit.
It's true.
You know?
So do you think there's a chance that Jace and Mel are both just gone?
I mean, there's probably gonna be some people, like, rising from... Yeah, they can't just, like, kill all those important characters, I guess, but having the political upheaval of having the council, all the main, like, power people in the council, like, dead.
I mean...
I don't think we're gonna see the robot guy again.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it now, too, and, like, Jace and Mel were the only people in that council that were, like, in-depth characters that we followed on their own a lot. You know,
right.
Victor wasn't in there, right?
No.
Yeah, no. Victor had his whole, like... fusing with his assistant thing by mistake with that device and all that stuff, so that's going on too, but we don't want to get sidetracked on that. So yeah, maybe they killed the council because even if Mel is gone, her mother's still around now, right?
Yep.
To be like the influence from that other place.
Right. Yeah,
she just kind of showed up. So we have her. We've got Heimerdinger down in the Undercity now with the firelights. Like he made contact with Echo and they brought him down to be with them.
Hanging out with those guys.
Yes.
Seems like they got kind of a cool thing going on down there.
Caitlyn was brought to like the creepy tea party that Jinx set up for Vi, right?
That's right,
Where they killed Silco.
That was, yeah.
Yeah. So Caitlyn, I'm
intense.
trying to remember where Caitlyn wound up after that, but yeah, it's, I don't know. So we have all that going on, and then, I mean...
It's kind of like a toss-up now.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here, really?
Everything's just a giant mess, yeah, but I'm certainly excited to see where it goes, but yeah, it's gonna be a fresh season, so hopefully they'll take some time to, like, set things up again and won't count on you having, like, just watched season 1 the day before or anything like that.
Yeah.
They'll know there's been a gap, they want to get you refreshed, so should we see what's going to happen in the new season of Arcane?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to dive in. We have a Patreon link down there. There's advanced reactions and full-length reactions and movie polls and lots of fun supporting the channel stuff, so go to our Patreon. Thanks. We're going to watch Arcane. Jace. Okay. Aftermath. Okay, Jace and Mel both alive.
Is she alive?
Yes.
Yes.
Are they the only survivors, maybe?
That would make sense narratively. Nope.
Okay. But she's, not
Yeah.
in a good way.
Shell-shocked.
That guy's dead. Robot Man. Caitlyn's mother. Where is she?
Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Oh, that Victor was there. I didn't even realize. You're gonna use Shimmer to heal him? He's already messing around with the Shimmer so much.
Oh, God.
What are you doing? Don't mess with that thing. You gonna move it?
He's gonna Iron Man him.
Put it in his chest?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God.
Whoa. 2 explosions in one day.
He doesn't even know what he's doing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, they do these musical sequences.
Sure do. Kind of like randomly in spots.
Yeah, it's just part of this show's vibe. It's like the whole world is just a pencil sketch when you're watching that happen, you know?
She was a great woman, a good friend. I don't know how we'll face this crisis without her.
That's not reassuring.
I mean, she's trying to validate your grief.
Yeah.
You know, it's reassuring in that sense. It's like the loss you're feeling is actually as big as it feels.
Yep.
We're charged with imposing order. And we've been asleep at our post.
Yeah, this is going to have terrible
Eyes
consequences.
are open. There will be no more fairy tales of peace until we scour our basement of its demons.
Damn, they were just voting to, like, solve this problem.
But they were going to make a deal with a guy who's dead, so it wasn't going to go through anyway.
Yeah.
An unprecedented show of force. We flood the Undercity with enforcers, armed with hex
Oh,
tech.
of course, yeah.
Innocents will be caught in the crossfire.
How many more counselors have to be blown to pieces before you finally wake
Well,
up?
okay.
We are under siege.
Yeah.
Officer Kierman witnessed the attack firsthand. She confirmed this was the act of a single deranged individual.
Yep.
Jinx.
Are they gonna do care, you know?
Yeah, maybe
like-
not.
We use a division against them. Pin the attack
Yeah, there's
on
gotta be
Jinx.
people
Post
down there
reward
who's like,
too
whoa, that's
substantial
not
to
cool.
You gotta
I
go
don't like
get
the
Jinx
council, but
is
yeah.
your next move.
Our healing can only begin once she's been brought to justice.
That's correct.
Then it's settled.
I agree.
2-1.
Put a price on her head.
We invade.
Oh, okay, no. I feel like if you put a price on her head and make it impossible for her to move, somebody will see her and turn her over.
Yep.
I draw the line at Hextech. We have an ethos. Such force must be a final resort.
That's interesting, yeah.
Agreed.
Alright. I mean,
Then
Yeah.
it's settled.
I mean, Hextech in what capacity, though? You know?
yeah, that's interesting to me to be like, we're gonna start an invasion, but we're not gonna use the best tools at our disposal.
Well,
Which, like, I mean,
seems like Hextech can be used like giant bombs. I don't think
Yeah.
they want, you know, it's like, that's
don't
how
wanna
you
just
make
level
more
the
enemies.
place,
Yeah,
right,
they
yeah.
need to be surgical about it.
oh, whose seal is that?
Do we know?
No, but
Yeah.
it just stands
Yeah.
out.
We need to write more legibly.
Your mother left this to you.
The Kierman key. I don't deserve it.
It's your legacy now, Caitlyn.
It's a doohickey. Have we seen that thing before?
No.
Okay.
What is she still doing here?
Yeah.
I
This,
can, I can see how he might hate anyone
Yeah.
from the Undercity right now. This show is so good at making you not know what the right thing is for the
Yeah.
situation the characters are in, you know?
it's called good writing.
Yes, very realistic political mess.
Oh,
This is the first time she's dropped her defenses since
Yeah.
finding out the news. I mean, she didn't have to find out the news, she saw it happen, I guess.
yeah.
You were right, Kate. Powder's gone. I can make this right. If you get Jace to fix the gauntlets, I can do this myself. No one else needs to get hurt.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
if you
that's a
could
great idea.
go
No
get her
more
quickly
corruption.
before
No
the...
more
Yeah.
reckless plans. My mother was right. My arrogance led me to take on more than I could handle, and she paid the price.
Yeah, it's so hard to know who to
Yeah.
agree with. And they argue and I agree with everything they all say.
Yeah.
Sending all the...
I have to help.
You can.
What's
Oh
this?
man, it's a badge.
As one of
Oh, they're
us.
gonna make... No, she won't do that.
You can show that not all of
Yeah, I
Zorn
mean-
supports Jinx.
You people threw me in
We can
shitty
show-
prison for like a long time.
I thought you were on our side.
I mean,
Let Vi provide intelligence. Let her
Right.
go down and tell you where to go for Jinx, you know?
also like, this is complicated for Vi, but like, you can just not make her wear a badge. Having somebody
Yeah.
from the Undercity like on the same mission as you is not a bad look.
No, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Let her provide intelligence. She can go get places that you can't get
Yeah.
to.
You alright?
Okay, just a random guy.
Okay?
Yeah, wait a minute. What happened with Victor?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Just blow right past that?
How is he?
Same as before. Breathing. Pulse is
Oh,
consistent.
here we go.
Beyond that, your guess
Broken
is as good as
carbonite.
mine.
He's a magic mirror.
Yeah,
This is all bad.
yeah, for sure.
Ooh, responding to the presence of a person.
All I know for certain is that it's keeping him alive.
That might not
It's the
be
sort
worth
of
it.
puzzle Victor
Yeah.
would love if he wasn't.
Is it really still hex tech anymore? Once it's like blood magic, like
Yeah, I
infused?
think it's a new life form.
My mother's entered the game. She's already gotten her hooks into Sallow, using his grief to make a play for Hextech.
I promised, Victor. Never again.
Yeah.
Handled him.
The genie doesn't go back in the bottle.
We'll see about that, yeah.
Hey, Sprout.
How'd you find me?
Sitting in a beautiful garden, fantasizing about killing somebody.
Yeah.
Mother and I used to come here when we needed an escape. One of the few places we never argued.
It's a really good place to escape.
Sorry, I haven't been around.
Gorgeous.
Be very calming.
How's
Yes.
Victor?
I can't even tell if he's still in there.
Right. It's hard to explain, really.
I made him into some sort of eldritch abomination. I hope that works.
I asked her to put on a uniform. Suffice to say, she declined.
Vi, wear a badge.
She thinks those gauntlets of yours will solve all her problems.
I mean,
Hextech may keep us alive, Jace, but it's not what will save us.
It's a good distinction.
interesting, yeah.
Surviving doesn't get us out of this mess.
Vi? Who are you? How do you know my name? Junior Officer Nolan. Maddie. And, it's written on your face.
No, that's the number 6. It's a coincidence.
So what is it? Random search? Escort off the property?
Who's that? That's a new kind of guy, isn't it? The blue
We
guy?
haven't seen that type of
You're
person yet, I don't
something
think.
of a Is it all true? You went after Silco alone when the council wouldn't back you. Took on his whole gang.
Oh, who is this guy that's hearing this?
Yeah, right.
I'm glad you're joining up.
Oh,
Is this, yeah.
It's nice to know there's still good ones left.
Yeah, I think she just needs a little convincing. Like, if she knew that she was going to turn away the badge, like, right off the bat, right? You're going to be like,
Yeah.
no! And then, you know, give her a couple reasons to think about it.
That was a reminder that there are still people in the ranks of the Enforcers who want to do this for the right reasons.
Yeah,
And the corruption is part of the institution, but that doesn't make every individual Enforcer a bad person.
Right.
The letter that Caitlyn opened, the seal, was that Enforcer logo,
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, I don't know exactly what that means about that, but that was the same symbol.
One of the many privileges of serving as your counselor. To behold so many, joined together not by birth or dictum, but by all that we share. Our hope,
Who is that wearing the veil?
our curiosity.
There's a few people wearing the veil. The big one, I don't know. Assassination attempt?
Today,
Maybe.
Councillor Irius Borbeck, Councillor Tormin Hoskell, and Councillor Cassandra Kiraman were taken from us. But they shall not be forgotten.
Now, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen? Just gonna jump over? Yeah, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
How do you stop it in time if you notice this?
You tell them, right? Go get that guy!
You can't cause, you know, chaos and panic in the crowd.
Awful, isn't it?
Was that Jinx?
Yeah, I think so.
Losing a loved one.
No, it's not.
Really? They can't.
Oh, no.
Whoa! Gotta get the rest of the counselors who did not die? No way.
So he had his shot and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
Seems like these guys wanted to take the actions of one lone wolf, I guess, and like give it up, you know.
Used it as their rallying cry. Hit them while they're down and confused, you know? Now we got these guys. So now they're gonna have to deploy the Hex Tech because the Shimmer's coming out in force.
Right.
Whoa!
They don't have to be surgical anymore because now it's a whole thing. The chainsaw sword is terrifying.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, the elbow. Oh. Hey. I'm either thinking that this new Enforcer girl is gonna be a new character or she's gonna die like right away.
Yeah, right. Whoa. Whoa, that's a lot of strength.
Yeah, no kidding.
Those looks were like, okay, this just got like really real though, like
Get the counselors
even
out of
worse,
here.
way worse now.
Forget about whatever dispute we're having
Yeah.
right now. We are ultimately want the same thing,
Right.
so we're on the same side. Who's even like ordering this?
Right, that's my
Silco is
question,
gone.
yeah. You know what? It's probably Jinx.
Yeah, she's just in charge now. Saviga, maybe.
Wouldn't surprise me. Oh!
Was that it?
Do it again. Do it again. Double tap.
Tiny hammer instead of his big hammer. Whoa!
No.
He's not
I mean,
dead.
that looked pretty bad.
With a chainsaw.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Across
Your
the spine like that. Yeah.
How are you gonna get out of this?
My son.
There we go. Yeah. See,
Yep.
better weapons win, as I was saying.
Okay. Now go over there with the big hammer and make sure that whatever that was is dead.
Yeah. So her son was the casualty of their raid on the drug facility
Got it.
last time, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Come on. Shit.
Why?
Does she know how to use it? She might just not be operating it right.
Didn't know how to use that.
Yeah. I mean, that's his weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, better fire now! Oh, okay. No, it missed. So what did we shoot instead?
Yeah. Whoa, what is that?
Who's doing the spears?
Is that that's the
Mel's mother, maybe?
Yeah.
The Noxus lady? Not her individually, but those are Noxus colors.
some powerful spears that they had.
Definitely, yeah, there she is.
Like the bullets wasn't working, but the spears are working, huh?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Man, that's a cool mask.
MF Doom.
Yeah.
What kind of animals?
Yeah.
They wanted the spectacle.
You don't
Right,
bomb the
they're trying to
funeral.
scare you.
That's fucked up.
It's pissed me off.
You need to find a way to call off the invasion.
What?
Yeah, and she's not gonna now.
Every way I slice it. If I go after your sister alone, one of us comes back in a box. It's all coming apart.
Isn't that kind of the idea, though?
I think she means one of the two of them.
Oh. Dude.
Yeesh, we are right back in it.
I know you doubt the merit of your birthright, Caitlyn. But remember, you're a
Okay.
Kiraman.
What does this enable her to do?
Sort of record.
Yeah, maybe knowledge.
They must have had help from someone up here.
We can't afford any more hand-wringing.
That's
If we
interesting.
do not defend ourselves with haste.
Yeah.
We aren't prepared for a full-scale invasion. The Undercity's attack proved that.
This is a closed council meeting. Who let you in here?
Yeah, you need to work on your security.
Elected officer, leader of House Kiraman.
Yeah, she's taking some power.
Respect, or keep your mouth shut.
Whoa, alright.
Ooh. So I think she let
I will
him.
lead a strike team into Zordon.
You think that the I can't remember what her name
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
but Mel's mother.
Yes.
What makes you think you'll fare any better than our forces today?
We've got Hex Tech.
Yeah.
We've got a few surprises of our own.
Check out this cool thing.
And Vi, all right, she's in. She never thought she'd join them.
That is pretty badass.
His eyes are gonna open.
Yeah.
No, not yet. But he moved, so they will. Oh yeah, this guy.
Whoa.
Okay,
right.
Something else weird. He's gonna capture a new kind of bizarre animal and use it to create some special power he can give people. Now that his salamander thing is gonna get blown up.
Yeah.
Ah, well, Arcane Season 2.
Yeah.
How was that?
Dude, they really did not stop for a second, did they?
No, yeah.
Right back in.
I thought that maybe we'd do a little bit of a reset and getting our bearings again, but that didn't happen.
No.
They just threw us in. They're like, this is episode 10. We're gonna keep going. Yeah.
Man, it just, again, I haven't, like, I come into it with like, well, okay, so this is probably gonna happen, right? And then it just does, that's not what happens.
Mm-hmm.
We did like a little bit of the aftermath of the explosion and everyone like being like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And then it was like, no, curveball, though. Like, it's gonna, the situation's gonna change drastically, and that's new reality now.
Right, I totally expected this episode to be aftermath of the explosion, who was affected, and then kind of a set the table for what are we gonna do about that in this season, you know, what is the response gonna be? But then, yeah, there was another move, and I mean, something I've noticed that's happened in this show a few times now that I think is a good depiction in terms of how real world stuff happens. Big pivotal decisions are made at times of like great crisis when people are not thinking clearly, you know? That happens over and over again, starting with when, you know, Vander and everybody died at the beginning and Vi's rage at her sister at that time ended up being what created Jinx because of the rift between them. You know, Vi wasn't thinking clearly, and if she'd had a couple hours or something, she would have gone back to get her sister and been like, let's go home. But just right at that time, Silco was there, and it had all these consequences.
It's kind of a sucky thing about human nature where, like, the times that we feel like a decision needs to be made are oftentimes that when we're thinking the least clearly about, like, what are the repercussions of this going to be, you know, in the long term.
Right, yeah. When we're rolling along, life is rolling along, you don't think you need to, like, be decisive. You're like, well, I have time to mull things over and think about stuff. But yeah, when you're subject to a crisis like that, you're like, I need to make my next decision something that's equally as impactful as what just happened to me. And so, yeah, that's why
I wasn't surprised to see Vi with the badge at the end of the episode, because I was like, well, okay, so you present it and then she makes an immediate, like, knee-jerk reaction decision, and you expect that to be like, that was her final word on the issue, you know? It's like, well, give it a minute and see, like, what she, because it's not a bad fit, but I understand why she didn't want to do it at first.
Yeah, people wearing those uniforms killed her parents, like she said. How do you just get past that? But she had like, time to think about the circumstances.
But then you're just like, but my sister's a terrorist, though. And I might be one of the only people that's going to be able to, like, coax her out.
Or at least know how she thinks, and so you might be able to help find her in ways that the rest of the organization can't.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, a lot of this is kind of my fault. You know,
maybe indirectly, it's not what you intended, but it is still what your actions led to.
There are things that she could have done over the course of, like, the first season that would have prevented Jinx from attacking the council.
Yes.
You know?
Including killing her a couple times.
Yeah, right, yeah. Her unwillingness to take action, or even, like, towards the beginning of the series, like you said, when Vander died and stuff, and, like, the way her treatment of her sister, even though, again, it was, like, a decision made, like, in a time of massive crisis, led to this. You gotta wear the badge now. That's your role now.
Some responsibility to clean it up.
And also, like, I think having somebody from the underworld. The
Undercity.
Undercity, yeah. Like, working with the enforcers, so you can be like, look, the person who did the inciting incident is this person's sister. She's also from the Undercity, and like she's trying to help us take care of it. It's like that's good PR.
Yeah,
that's
it's like this is not necessarily we have a good category of people and a bad category of people. You have some bad actors who are in the Undercity, and we're going to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
a way to recognize that, like, not everyone from the Undercity is like condoning this.
Exactly. You know? Yeah. It's extremely complex, and like I said during the episode, it's so hard to even know what is the right answer to a problem like this. Mm-hmm. You know, and the show does a good job of exploring how good people just trying to find that answer can end up doing things that are going to be seen as bad, or I don't know. Yeah. Don't want to talk too generally about it. We didn't see Jinx at all, and we didn't see Heimerdinger and Echo at all. So those are like the two things to still kind of, touch back on in the new season here still. I mean, I want to see how the Firelights are going to respond to all this, because they seem like they're good guys in the Undercity. They won't be condoning what Jinx did, but they're also not going to be happy about an invasion coming down on them. And Heimerdinger will maybe be able to wield some influence in helping them join up, or I don't know what.
Heimerdinger doesn't have any context right now, right?
No,
he
but
probably
he's
doesn't know what happened at all.
But they're gonna get the word will get back to the Undercity, but what the description will be by the time he hears it, I wonder.
It's got to be really frustrating as somebody just living down there to know that like a few people made a few moves and now my life is completely ruined. You know, like it was already difficult, and now it's gonna get way more difficult. And I'm going to be in physical mortal danger, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, the people coming down here to invade us, basically, do not care about me. They never did. And now they're...
Now they extra don't. Now they're mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do wonder also if Heimerdinger will have the thought of like, wow, if I hadn't been forced out of the council when I would have been in that room, and he's very
weird.
Small and slight. He probably wouldn't have survived.
No.
So, yeah, he owes his life to the fact that he was forced out of the council unexpectedly.
Yeah. So I got one more question. Mm-hmm. What's Victor doing? What are we doing here?
He's a magic mirror.
What is he becoming? Like, what do you think? Where do you think that goes?
I have no idea. Like, is that the big boss of the? But again, I mean, I try not to think of it in video game terms because this show shares a world with a video game. It's not like based on the way the game is played. So, I really don't know. Again, you talked about how unpredictable this show is. Yeah. I have no way of guessing what Victor's face in the weird wall of goo is going to become.
Yeah, based on how much it, again, subverts my expectations, I'm picturing him just, like emerging from it, kind of falling to the ground, and then getting up and going, okay, what just happened? And, being normal.
He'll seem totally normal until some critical moment, and then some crazy blah, blah, will burst out of him or something. He will...
He's gonna Hulk out.
Exactly, something of that nature. And maybe he'll control it, maybe he won't. But I think that, that would be the way to probably play it, is have him come out of that and be like, oh, it seems like it's fine, it fixed me, I'm good, I'm normal. But we already saw that he was gaining his ability to run back from using the Hex Core, and so is it...
It's just gonna seem
the show makes me worry.
Yeah, I know. Dude, I'm so glad we started watching this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even
Wasn't on your radar?
given it a thought. Yeah.
I had just heard people say it's great animation and it's a great, Netflix series. When people talk about the best Netflix originals, it was always in those lists. So that's how it was on my radar. But yeah, it's
dark and there's a lot of intrigue that I wouldn't, you could tell me like it's cool animation and it's a really good series cartoon, and I would have been like, okay, cool. But like I did not expect terror attacks and like intense violence.
It's some of the best
really
writing
good.
on a modern TV show that I can think of.
I
in
think
terms
so too.
of the structure of it, and the characters are all so vivid and all make such understandable mistakes and stuff like that. There's nobody that's like, why is this guy like this? Everybody
exactly.
seems like they're just trying their best.
Their motivations are like super clear. Mm-hmm. Their actions are understandable from their point of view.
Right.
It's like really cool. Way to go.
It's great stuff. We are glad to be back for Arcane, so thanks for being back to watch it with us, everybody. And I guess that's about it for this one. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets.